Hey guys, been working on this truck bed for my uncle's Dodge pickup truck. We got it at pull apart. The one that was on his, where he had that plastic bed liner in it since he bought it brand new in like 2000, basically rotted the entire bed of the floor out, and you can't buy the bed sections, at least not anywhere I could find. Everybody I talked to said basically when they get that bad, you just go find another bed to put on it, which is what we did. His truck, of course, is white, so that means that I've got to do the body work on this and repaint it. They had punched a bunch of holes, previous owner did, down the top of the bed rail here, I guess, to bolt stuff to it. Looks like it had some carpet or some Velcro or something here for some kind of contraption they had on there. So that was kind of the first order of business. I just started out over here on this side. I went down through here and flattened them all back out because they were actually kind of raised a little bit where they had tightened the bolts down, welded the holes up. I've got them just a little bit below flush now, so that I got some room for some body filler on top of it. I've kind of DA'd, oh sorry, lights reflecting wrong there. I DA'd the whole side of it trying to find the really bad spots. There was a pretty good sized dent in behind this side molding here. I was able to access it from up underneath with a hammer and a dolly. Kind of get to it and hammered most of it out. I just kept looking down the edge of it and got it to where it was kind of true. A couple of bad spots here on the wheel openings I got to take care of. Other than that, this side was relatively pretty good shape. That's why I wanted to DA everything and kind of see what kind of condition it was in. Had a couple of small dents down here in this area. I still got to do a little bit of hammer and dolly work on those. See if I can get those popped out. The back end of it looked like the bumper had been kind of smacked and dented up this filler panel on the bottom. I've got it relatively straight. Of course, luckily the bumper and the tailgate hide 99% of it. The worst spot on it was over here on this side, right here at the bottom of this quarter. As you can tell, that's a pretty deep crease. I tried to hammer and dolly. I even tried to get a couple of pin spots in there, but that's so deep that you can't even get the pin spotter to go down in that crease. And it's kind of hard to try and get at it from the back because this brace right here is in the way. So I've got to cut that loose. And the more I looked at it and the more work and as much filler as I thought it was going to take, I mean, it's even pretty creamed up here at the edge of the wheel opening as well. I just got into my parts book and found this, the whole section, sorry about the shaky cam, for like $60-something. That was, you know, less than $70 shipped to my door. Of course, it looks like it, you know, had its share of rough life too. You know, they've skinned it up in a few spots, but it's in far better shape than what that is down here. So what I think I'm going to do is cut it off right at this body line right here, which seems like where most of the damage is at from there down, and come back. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to retain this part of the tail light opening or just use what's on this. It will probably be easier to retain what's there and probably just notch this piece off and then go up like right through here and then take that as well and then leave what's on there. Probably just go right along that line right there and have it go right to the body. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing now. Of course, no work on the pony over here. It's still in the last place you guys saw it. You know, things keep coming up. I've had to put a fuel pump in the Mustang. That was kind of a fun ordeal. Getting the tank and stuff off wasn't bad at all. The most difficult part I had, believe it or not, once I got everything out, where the fuel line went on to this segment right here, I tried every kind of fuel release tool they make. I even took it down to AutoZone. I actually clipped that piece off because this is all included on the new fuel pump. Took it down to AutoZone, and they even helped me for a good 30 minutes trying to get that fuel line off of there. We kept trying to figure out what was going on, why we couldn't get it to release. I mean, we tried, you know, this tool, they had one similar to it. I don't know where my other set's at, but the little, here we go, the little plastic ones. But the problem was, none of these were stiff enough to push those little spring enclosures back far enough to clear the rib that's on this thing. Here's the piece I cut off right here. Basically the fitting goes down on there, and then there's like 3 little ears that catch this, and you have to slide something over it from back here this way. Actually, it goes this way to push those little ears in so that you can pull the fuel line off of this. This is actually right here before I cut it off. So after spending, like I said, an hour down there, I came back here and kept trying to think, well, what can I use to get that off? Well, fortunately, since I'd already cut this, I thought, well, there's got to be some way of getting this thing off of here. So I came back and, again, I don't even see them now. But I got some of these flare nuts, like go on your fuel lines, brake lines, and so forth. And what I was able to do was I kept grinding the outer part of it where the threads were, and to where this would sit up on here and slide down on that pipe. And I got the outer diameter of it just to where it would barely fit inside that fuel line, and that did the trick. I got the fuel line off. Now, of course, I couldn't have done this without having cut that off of there first, so this is not by any means a tool that most people could use if they run into the same situation, unless you're willing to cannibalize that piece. But you know, whenever you're in a bad spot and you can't make something work, you pretty much have to do what you got to do to get it apart. So needless to say, I got the fuel pump back on the Mustang, got it running, got all that squared away. But that was a couple of days of real fun, particularly since I had to do it out in my driveway, since my garage has all this stuff in it and nowhere to put the car. So been watching a few videos trying to get caught up for you guys and seeing what's going on. Finally got Mumble reinstalled on my computer. I guess it's been so long since I was on there that I hadn't upgraded to the newer version. So every time I tried to connect, it kept saying it was reversed, or you couldn't do this, or you couldn't do that. And I thought, wow, you know, what's up with this? So this morning I finally uninstalled it like the directions said, and installed the new stuff. And it seemed to let me on, so I'm going to try to get on there now with you guys and see what's happening and try to catch up with everybody. But that's kind of like what's going on around here. Little or nothing. Of course, it's like everywhere else, you know. It's not been very nice outside. Of course, you know, guys up north, Jerry, you know, Cheater 40 and Greg Snow Crusher and all those guys, you know, live up in Canada. I don't know how you guys do it. I live in Tennessee, and it was down to like 8 below zero here at one point. We're not made to function in that kind of temperature. We're just not used to it. So, but anyway, I'll try and bring you guys back when I get some more of this chopped out of here. I'm not sure if I'm going to take my plasma cutter and cut this out, or just a Ziz wheel on the grinder, or whatever. I guess just whatever I can fit into all those areas, because I've got to come around the corner, you know, cut everything out in here. That's even buckled up a little bit right there where it's pushed down so much. Of course, I've got to take this inner fender well and everything else off to get access in behind it. And then there's also a brace in behind this thing. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Let me get some light in there. So I'll have to look and see if there's provisions on that new piece for the bolt section and everything. I'll probably have to remake all of that. But anyway, that's kind of what's happening here. I'll be talking to you guys in a little while, and I'll probably go ahead and upload this and then bring y'all back next time I got something to show you. Y'all take it easy and take care, and I'll see you on the next one.